Anavar, at 60 milligrams per day, represents a high-dose regimen that pushes the boundaries of what many consider a mild steroid. While Anavar is often touted as one of the safest oral anabolics, this dosage level introduces significant physiological changes and health risks that users must carefully consider. At 60 milligrams daily, the drug produces pronounced muscle hardening, fat loss, and strength gains, but also places substantial stress on the liver, cardiovascular system, and endocrine function. Unlike bulking steroids that cause significant water retention, Anavar promotes lean, quality muscle growth with minimal bloating. Users typically experience 5 to 8 pounds of lean mass accumulation over a 6 to 8 week cycle, with the most dramatic changes occurring in muscle density and definition rather than sheer size. Muscle growth and body composition changes. At 60 milligrams per day, Anavar exerts strong anabolic effects that noticeably alter body composition within weeks. Most users report 15 to 25% improvements in major lifts over the course of a cycle. The strength increases come primarily from improved neuromuscular efficiency and enhanced phosphocreatine resynthesis, rather than massive weight gain. This becomes particularly evident in stubborn muscle groups like the deltoids and calves, which often show improved development, even without targeted training. The muscle growth is accompanied by visible fat loss, especially in abdominal and lower back regions, due to Anavar's unique capacity to increase lipolysis while preserving lean tissue. While Anavar is less hepatotoxic than other 17-alpha-coated steroids, this dose pushes liver enzyme values to 3 to 5 times normal levels in most users. The extended half-life means the liver faces continuous processing demands. With enzyme elevations often persisting for weeks after discontinuation, the hepatic stress becomes particularly concerning when combined with alcohol, other medications, or pre-existing liver conditions. Most experienced users at this dosage implement aggressive liver protection protocols, including TUDCA, NAC, and milk thistle, along with regular blood work to monitor function. The drug's ability to enhance nitrogen retention creates an optimal environment for muscle protein synthesis. The combination of increased strength and decreased body fat makes it particularly valuable for sports, requiring explosive movements or weight class restrictions. HDL often drops by 40 to 50%, while LDL increases by 20 to 30%. This dramatic shift creates a profoundly atherogenic environment that accelerates plaque formation in arteries. The changes persist throughout the cycle and may take months to normalize after discontinuation. Libido often declines despite the presence of exogenous androgens, and many users experience erectile dysfunction during the later weeks of the cycle. Post-cycle testosterone recovery typically takes 6 to 10 weeks, even with proper PCT. Acne outbreaks become common, particularly on the back and shoulders as sebaceous gland activity increases. Those genetically predisposed to male pattern baldness often notice accelerated hair loss, sometimes with permanent follicle damage. Endurance athletes sometimes use it at this dosage for its effects on red blood cell production and oxygen utilization, though the cardiovascular risks may outweigh benefits for long-duration activities. Hematocrit levels frequently exceed 50%, thickening the blood and increasing clotting risk. These cardiovascular effects make Anavar particularly dangerous for individuals with pre-existing heart conditions or family histories of cardiovascular disease. Strength and performance enhancement. While tendons and ligaments may strengthen slightly, many users report joint dryness and discomfort due to the lack of water retention. The discomfort often appears in weight-bearing joints like knees and shoulders, particularly during high-intensity training. The androgenic effects also manifest psychologically, with some users experiencing increased aggression, competitiveness, or irritability, though these mood changes are typically less severe than with more androgenic compounds. The combination of increased metabolism and potential appetite suppression makes this dosage particularly effective for contest preparation or lean bulking phases. The hypothalamic pituitary testicular axis recognizes the synthetic androgen presence and dramatically reduces luteinizing hormone and follicle-stimulating hormone output. The extended suppression of natural testosterone means post-cycle therapy should include both SER-Ms and potentially HCG to stimulate testicular function. Most users lose 30 to 50% of their cycle gains during the first 6 weeks post-cycle, primarily from reduced glycogen storage and water content, rather than actual muscle loss. The psychological adjustment can be challenging, as many users struggle with decreased energy and motivation during the recovery phase. Testicular atrophy becomes noticeable within 3 to 4 weeks, with many users reporting 30 to 40% reduction in testicle size. Cardiovascular damage from repeated lipid profile disruptions may become permanent, increasing lifelong heart disease risk. The endocrine system may become less responsive to recovery protocols with each subsequent cycle. Strength gains at this dosage are significant, though not as extreme as with more androgenic compounds like Dianabol. The dramatic changes in body composition and performance create a high that many users struggle to replicate naturally, leading to dangerous patterns of repeated use. However, the risk of overtraining injuries increases as strength improvements outpace connective tissue adaptation. While it remains less harsh than many other oral steroids at equivalent doses, the liver toxicity, cardiovascular strain, and endocrine disruption demand serious consideration. Athletes appreciate Anavar at this dose for its ability to boost power-to-weight ratio. Users often report feeling warmer and sweating more, particularly during sleep. The fat-burning effects become most apparent in stubborn areas like the lower back and abdominal region, liver toxicity, and hepatic stress. The 60 mg daily dosage presents serious challenges to liver health. Bilirubin levels frequently rise into borderline jaundice ranges, sometimes causing mild yellowing of the eyes. Cardiovascular impact. Anavar's effect on cholesterol profiles becomes particularly problematic at 60 mg daily. Blood pressure typically rises by 10 to 15 mmHg due to increased red blood cell production and vascular resistance endocrine system suppression. At 60 mg daily, Anavar suppresses natural testosterone production by 70 to 90% in most male users. Unlike aromatizing steroids, Anavar doesn't cause estrogen-related side effects. But the near-total testosterone suppression creates its own problems. Androgenic side effects? While Anavar is derived from DHT and considered mildly androgenic, the 60 mg dosage brings these effects to the forefront. Body hair growth increases noticeably, with many users reporting thicker, darker hair on the chest, arms, and back. Joint and connective tissue effects. Anavar's unique ability to increase collagen synthesis presents a double-edged sword at this dosage. Paradoxically, some users experience improved joint pain at this dose, likely due to the drug's anti-inflammatory properties. Metabolic and appetite changes. Anavar significantly impacts metabolism at 60 mg daily. Basal metabolic rate increases by 10 to 15%, creating a noticeable thermogenic effect. Appetite responses vary dramatically. Some users experience intense hunger, particularly for protein-rich foods, while others report mild appetite suppression. Recovery and post-cycle considerations. Discontinuing 60 mg daily Anavar requires careful planning. Liver values typically take 4 to 8 weeks to normalize, and lipid profiles may require 3 to 6 months to fully recover. Long-term health implications. Repeated cycles at this dosage carry cumulative risks. Liver fibrosis becomes a legitimate concern with prolonged or frequent use. Perhaps most concerning is the potential for psychological dependence. Conclusion. Anavar, at 60 mg daily, delivers significant physique and performance enhancements, but crosses into territory where risks begin outweighing benefits for most users.